The ancient secrets, lost elixirs, and dark mysteries they tried to hide. What if one of history's greatest empires spent centuries chasing eternal life, only to discover something far more terrifying? Ancient China wasn't just searching for immortality. It may have sacrificed thousands in pursuit of a secret that still puzzles historians today. Imagine being the most powerful man on earth. You've conquered nations, built walls that stretch across continents, and commanded armies that could crush any enemy. Yet there's one battle you cannot win, one enemy that mocks your power: death. For China's first emperor, this wasn't just a philosophical concern. It was an obsession that would consume his life, reshape his empire, and ultimately kill him. The story begins over 2,000 years ago, in a world where the line between magic and science didn't exist, where alchemists were treated like gods, and emperors would sacrifice anyone for a single taste of eternity. But what drove these rulers to such extremes? And what did they discover in their search that was so dangerous, so deadly, that history has tried to bury it? Let's uncover the truth. The emperor who refused to die. Qin Shi Huang was not like other rulers. He unified China for the first time in history, standardized currency, built the Great Wall, and created the legendary terracotta army that guards his tomb to this day. But beneath his iron fist lay a deep, consuming fear. Records from the time reveal that the emperor hated even hearing the word death. His officials were so terrified of mentioning it that they spoke in whispers and euphemisms. This wasn't just superstition, it was a paranoid obsession that drove him to extraordinary lengths. In 2002, archaeologists made a shocking discovery. 36,000 wooden strips found at the bottom of an abandoned well in Hunan province. These ancient texts, dating from 259 to 210 BC, revealed something astonishing. The emperor had issued an executive order commanding his entire empire to search for an immortality elixir. The decree reached remote villages and frontier regions, demanding that subjects find the key to eternal life. The responses are almost heartbreaking to read. Local officials sent back embarrassed replies, explaining they had failed to find any miraculous potions. One village suggested an herb from a local mountain might work. Another simply reported they were still looking, but that wasn't the strangest part. The emperor wasn't just sending others on this quest. He was actively consuming what his court alchemists called the Elixir of Immortality. Modern analysis of artifacts from his burial complex revealed these potions contained extremely high levels of mercury. The emperor was slowly poisoning himself in his desperate pursuit of eternal life. The mythical islands of the immortals. For centuries, Chinese legends spoke of three mysterious mountains in the Bohai Sea: Penglai, Fangjiang, and Yingzhou. These were said to be the home of immortals, beings who had achieved eternal life. Their mountains were made of jade. Their trees bore fruit that granted immortality. The 8 immortals made their home there. The emperor sent fleets to find these mythical islands. One expedition, led by a scholar named Xu Fu, departed with 3,000 young men and women. They never returned. But here's the question that still haunts historians. Were these legends based on something real? Today, the coastal city of Penglai in Shandong province still exists. And on certain days, an extraordinary mirage appears. The city seems to float above the Bohai Sea, a shimmering illusion that has dazzled sailors for millennia. Did ancient observers mistake this natural phenomenon for a gateway to another realm? The darkest discovery. The deeper historians looked, the darker the mystery became. As the emperor's paranoia grew, he turned on his own people. When scholars criticized his quest for immortality, he ordered 460 of them buried alive. He burned history books, destroyed records, and tried to erase everything that didn't serve his pursuit of eternal life. Evidence from the terracotta army pits reveals something even more disturbing. In a small tomb near the horse stables, archaeologists found the remains of the emperor's siblings. One skull had an arrow embedded in the back of it. The emperor had executed his own family to prevent anyone from challenging his rule. But the most shocking revelation came from the alchemists themselves. In 850 AD, a group of Taoist monks wrote a text called The Classified Essentials of the Mysterious Tao of True Origins of Things. In it, one alchemist warned his colleagues about a terrifying discovery. He described heating together sulfur, realgar, and saltpeter with honey, and watching in horror as smoke and flames resulted. Their hands and faces have been burnt, and even the whole house where they were working burned down. The alchemists weren't just failing to find immortality, they were creating something far more dangerous. They had discovered the recipe for gunpowder. These monks, who saw themselves as scientists, seeking harmony with the cosmic force known as the Tao, had accidentally invented artificial fire. something that didn't exist anywhere in nature. The fatal addiction, the obsession with immortality, didn't end with the first emperor. 6 Tang dynasty emperors may have died the same way, consuming elixirs created by alchemists who promised eternal life, but delivered a beautiful, shimmering poison. Emperor Li Chun of the Tang dynasty, who reigned from 806 to 820 AD, was among those captivated by alchemy. He enthusiastically consumed various elixirs, his behavior becoming increasingly erratic until he was assassinated by court eunuchs. The Chinese characters used for these practices reveal their importance. Naden means internal alchemy, the cultivation of spirit and energy through meditation and breathing exercises. But there was also Waidan, external alchemy, the creation of physical potions and elixirs. Practitioners believed the human body contained 3 treasures: Jing, essence; Qi, energy; and Shen, spirit. By cultivating these through alchemy, one could achieve immortality. The Jade Mystery. Perhaps the most mysterious aspect of this ancient obsession involves jade. The Chinese revered jade above all other stones. The character for jade is just one stroke away from the character for king. It was believed that jade could preserve the body, preventing decay and allowing the soul to continue its journey. In 1968, archaeologists made a discovery that stunned the world. In princely tombs near Mancheng in Hebei, they found 2 bodies clad entirely in jade, the so-called gold wire and jade garments. Lu Sheng, a son of Emperor Jingdi, was buried in a suit made of over 1,000 grams of gold wire and 2,498 jade plaques. His wife Du Wan was similarly adorned. But here's what's even more remarkable. The tombs contained jade orifice plugs for every human opening ears, nose, mouth, and even more intimate places. These were designed to prevent the life force from escaping the body. Was it all for nothing? So what do we really know about ancient China's quest for immortality? Here's what the evidence tells us. The historical facts. Qin Shi Huang unified China and created the Terracotta Army. He issued executive orders demanding a search for the elixir of life. His tomb contained mercury, suggesting he consumed toxic elixirs. Taoist alchemists discovered gunpowder while trying to create immortality potions. Jade burial suits were used by nobility to preserve bodies for the afterlife. The unanswered questions. Did Xu Fu's expedition ever return? What happened to the 3,000 young people who vanished into the Eastern Sea? Why did so many emperors die after consuming immortality elixirs, yet continued to believe in their power? Were the legendary islands of Penglai based on real places or natural phenomena? The mystery that remains. Despite centuries of searching, despite the thousands of lives sacrificed, the scholars buried alive, the expeditions that vanished, and the emperors who poisoned themselves, no one ever found the secret to eternal life. But something remarkable happened instead. In their pursuit of immortality, Chinese alchemists made discoveries that changed the world. They invented gunpowder. They developed advanced medical knowledge. They created techniques of meditation and internal cultivation that are still practiced today. The search for eternal life didn't achieve its goal, but it pushed human knowledge forward in ways that the alchemists could never have imagined. Even today, the obsession continues. Billionaires in Silicon Valley pour fortunes into anti-aging research. Scientists explore cryonics, genetic modification, and artificial intelligence that could preserve human consciousness. We're still chasing the same dream the emperors chased thousands of years ago. We just use different names for it. Perhaps the greatest mystery isn't whether immortality existed, but why humanity has never stopped searching for it. The story of ancient China's quest for immortality is more than just history. It's a mirror reflecting our deepest fears and hopes. These emperors had unlimited power, the resources of entire empires, and the most brilliant minds of their time working for them. Yet they couldn't escape what awaits us all. But here's what they left behind. Terracotta armies that still guard silent tombs. Jade suits that still shimmer in museum lights. Ancient texts that still whisper of secrets lost to time. And a legacy of scientific discovery born from what we now call failure. The emperors are gone. Their elixirs turned to dust, their empires crumbled to memory. But the search continues. What do you believe? Was ancient China close to discovering immortality, or were they chasing shadows? And more importantly, if you had the chance to live forever, would you take it? If you found this exploration of ancient mysteries fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history's greatest puzzles. Share this video with anyone who loves unraveling the secrets of the past. And drop a comment below with your theories. I read every single one. Thanks for watching. Keep questioning everything.